Should I talk to multiple people at once when trying to be intentional about dating?
You want to be careful because now you can start some drama in a place that we definitely don't need. We don't need none of that.
You are having these discussions. You are asking the right questions. You are utilizing this time not to just have a good time, but to do your research.
This is an Iwegbu production.
Period. Yes, welcome to another Love Lounge. Here in Love Lounge with the Iwegbus, we answer all of your dating, relationship, and marriage questions. And for today, we have, should I talk to multiple people at once when trying to be intentional about dating?
That is a good question. Should you talk to multiple people at once when you're trying to be intentional?
Yes.
So, here's where I'm at with that. There was a period of time where I was abstaining and I didn't entertain a lot of people, but I did entertain multiple different people at once. And I think that if you're in your mindset, I am looking for my wife or I am looking for my husband, I think it's okay as long as there's no boundaries crossed. So we're just going for a coffee date. And during this, it should be a process. This shouldn't be just for, kicks and feels like you trying to get a little intimate. All right. So if you try to get a little bit intimate, this is not what you want to do. No, you don't need to be multiple people. If you the person who said, listen, I don't care what the way we was talking about, I don't care about none of that. Listen, I am gonna get down with the get down. I don't care about none of that. I think that this got everything in the Bible except for that part. That's what people be doing. They like forget that part. But anyway, I think it's very well okay if you're, you have different people that you're interested in, along as number one, that this is kind of more like say the interviewing process and you got your non-negotiables and you're not lingering, letting the relationship linger on longer than what it needs to, like the friend type of relationship. And then another thing is, as long as there's not multiple people at the same place, because you can see somebody who maybe is in church and you just don't want it to be, let's say a dude, he gets to talking to too many girls at the church. And then you over there talking to Tasha, you was talking to Tasha and you're like, all right, girl, yeah, what's up? Let's go get some wings this week. And then all of a sudden Shay come over and she like, hey, and now there's a little awkwardness there. And there may be some issues. Who knows? They might serve on the same team. And I would say that you want to be careful because now you can start some drama in a place that we definitely don't need. We don't need none of that. And so I believe that maybe they don't need to be in the same environment or, anything like they don't know each other. Maybe don't work at the same spot because that can create some problems. But I got no problem with you talking to multiple people as long as it's more of like an interviewing process and ain't a smashing thing.
Right.
So that's where I'm at with it. Pretty short and simple on it.
Yeah, no, I think this can go multiple ways. I think that honestly, dating multiple people is a form of protection in a way. Like it keeps it if you're dating right? If you're dating in a healthy way. So you're during the day, going out to lunch, going out for coffee, going out for activities, right? We're not doing late night, super romantic things. We are literally, as I said, a couple of pillow talkings ago, dating is collecting data. So as you are sitting down and you are having these discussions, you are asking the right questions. You are utilizing this time not to just have a good time, but to do your research. So you are asking the questions that need to be asked about his background, about future plans, about habits, hobbies, career, money, all the things that you need to know. And if you are keeping this like an interview, it's just like a job. They don't just interview one person. They trying to max out how many people they can interview so they can get the best possible employee they can get. I think the same thing goes for dating.
You said max out? That girl said max out.
What?
They're gonna be talking to like 20 people at once.
I don't think nobody is talking to 20 people at once. But
you never know in these ATL streets.
I mean, yeah, you never know. But I think dating multiple people, but obviously not a super big number to where you're losing count. Like, dang, was that Dre that told me, or was that Tony that told? Like, like, no, I'm talking more on some like 3 to 5.
Yeah, okay.
3 to 5 type of range where we are literally just going to lunch. But I think that would be so healthy, because the reason why is that I think that a lot of women get too deep too fast. So if you are keeping it light and keeping it research based, basically, obviously making sure you like the person, you're not just falling in love and falling in lust, and you're using your logic. So I think that it can be absolutely healthy. On the flip side, yes, I don't think you should date multiple people at your job, multiple people. I mean, at your church is kind of,
it can get a little sticky.
I think maybe church. 2 max at your church, because if you got a big church, you don't want to, because then you're still honestly only dating one guy at a time.
Well, maybe if it's a big church, we
talking about different. If you go to change church, we're talking thousands, multiple services, and you see a couple of dudes, you don't want to just one. Like, no, I think that find out quickly what team you serve on. Okay, you in media, he's in the kids.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Something like that. So I don't, and I think that if you're doing it in a healthy way, if those two people do talk to each other or find out something, it was done. It's we was chopping it up at so and so. We had a coffee. She was real cool, but it ain't on some like, dang, she made me feel like we was like dating and together. Now this is easy for men, more so difficult for women. So that's why I say, like, be careful of those feelings in those emotions, because you might be the girl that run into another girl that's dating the same dude, and you don't want to feel no type of way. So that's why you need to make sure you have your options too.
I think if they do it and I'm an example. I did it in a healthy way. This was, I believe it was 2012, and during this time again, I was abstaining. I'm like, Lord, you got it. I'm not doing any of that. And I talked to a young lady. We went on a date, all those things, no kissing, anything like that. And it just came down to that we wasn't fit for each other. We weren't compatible. Well, she ended up getting with one of my homies. Me and him was really close, and they ended up getting married. They're still married to this day. I was at their wedding. You know what I'm saying? Right there, front and center. There when he proposed, everything, like, really good bro of mine. Like, come to my house, everything. But guess what? We don't have to have no awkwardness.
Right, because you didn't smash.
Yeah, he knows that we talk. Wasn't no problems when it came to it, man.
Yeah.
And that's so beautiful. Right. That's the beauty of, that was the first time I got to see the beauty of when you do it God's way. When he really treat his daughters like your sister, and you honor them.
Facts.
And you honor their body, like, that was the first time I got to see that done in a healthy way. So they know passing by in the church and it's some weird stuff or anything like that, man. And so
but I think that's easier for y'all, for men.
Easier?
Yes, it's easier for you to move on. I done talked to girls that been on a half of a date, and they're like, that's my husband. And it's like, sis, God told me that's my husband.
Yes.
It's like, sis, stop. Don't do that.
Don't do it.
Don't do that. I don't be the
hey, man, listen. Run. Sometimes I tell people, hey, listen, I believe sometimes our flesh can get intertangled with what we believe God is saying and what our flesh is saying. Sometimes just be real. I'm just tired of being single.
I didn't know about like the guy told me this was my husband until I really honestly got here.
There's so many guys.
It is a God told me this is my husband, and then he ended up with another person. I'm like, did God change his mind? We gotta separate desires, or because he's fine, or because you just sincerely hope this to be your man. You gotta stop putting God on that.
Shoot, does he know it? You know what I'm saying? Like, cause we just seen him he was with old girl and they together, like, holding hands, everything. Did he know that?
Do he know that he?
It's crazy because women will be like, he don't know.
For sure.
But God already told me.
He don't know, but God told me that's my husband. But then when y'all don't end up together, I just be wanting people to announce that, my bad. Oops, I did it again.
Hey, that wasn't God.
That was not God. That was my desire. He was fine, and we did it too fast, and now I want
believers. We got to stop throwing that around.
We really do.
Really. I think it is Dr. Darius who got a video on the whole, like, God said. Y'all should look that up.
God told me this.
Really
God
run that through the filter of is this God saying this, or is this
my desire?
This is my desire.
I feel that the Lord is leading me to this. I feel like God said this. I feel like, okay, Let's get to a place, ladies, that we are not saying God told me this is my husband. Maybe for somebody that is true, but I feel like because there has been so many evidence of the people that y'all say God is y'all husband getting married to somebody else, because of that evidence, I think we should practice. I feel like the Lord is leading me to him. I feel like the Lord is connecting us. I feel like this might be God. I feel like this could lead to marriage. Not God said this is my man. God said this is my husband. God said this is my marriage. Because I just be wondering, when it don't work out, are you gonna announce that God didn't say that? Message. I don't know. I just I don't know.
Yeah, I've always tread lightly with that. I feel like
I come from the prophetic. So I understand
it comes from that environment.
It comes from an environment.
Yeah, God told me that.
But I have never been in an environment with husband, like women saying that somebody is their husband.
So much, yeah.
So much. It's more so like
they outnumber here. They like, forget it. God said.
God said, you're my man. Like, baby, that's giving witchcraft.
Yeah. That's wild. And when I've heard it so many different times, man, we just definitely got to tread lightly when we say that God said.
Yeah, I don't know how we got onto that, but overall, to answer your question for this love lounge, absolutely date multiple people. Keep it light, keep it cute, keep it during the daytime. If you're horny, just don't do it. Don't even go out. If you know, don't shave, ladies, because listen, we know when we about to do it. We know when we're about to do it. You done shave, you done make sure everything down there is looking right, smelling right? Because a lot of times.
So you already premeditated. So you
premeditated sin for sure.
You premeditated it.
Premeditated sin.
My wife is admitting some things right now.
No, I'm talking to the girls.
But you okay, go ahead.
Because listen, we can say that we slipped on top of the peen. But sis, if you soaked exfoliated wax and trimmed your hairs, that's premeditated fornication.
No, for real.
Baby, if you done shaved up your legs, you done just triple cleaned, because you know in your mind, I'm going over his house at this time. It's a possibility I might get some peen. Premeditated. So if you need to, go over there with the granny panties, right? If you need to, make sure you don't shave. If that's what's gonna stop you, I mean, that might not stop sun, but all I'm saying is, if you are in an extra horny state, you might not want to do it at all. Like if you in heat, you might not want to do it. Keep it light, keep it cute, keep it casual, collect the data. That's it. That's what dating is.
This is an Iwegbu production.
Period.
Hey, thank you for making it to the end of this video. If you could do us a huge favor, please hit that like button and please subscribe.
Yes, and please do not forget to hit that notification bell. We need y'all to be locked in every single time we drop this fire content. Yes. Also, we need y'all to follow us on all social media platforms at the Iwegbus. And look, we will see y'all on the next video.